All right, all right. What's going on, y'all? It's yours truly again, G's Beats. I'm just gonna test this out one more time before I do anything tonight. Want to make sure this is running smooth. Um, it's been a minute since you guys have seen me. I think this will do all right here. And G's Beats. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll do this. Okay. So listen, um, a lot has changed over the last course of a month and a half. Um, I'm going through, still going through my grieving, and it's going to be quite some time before you see me, back into the saddle. Um, but that's not what I'm really here to talk about tonight. What I really want to talk about is what's going on in CHH, or what we call Christian hip hop music. Um, and I really do want you guys to know where I'm standing at with CHH music, rhythm and praise. A lot of great music has been coming out. I have really been, I guess you could say, I've really been out the loop for quite some time, and that's just because of dealing with the passing of my wife. And but I will be getting back into the saddle and kind of going back to a lot of the music out that's out there. There's a lot of great music. There's a lot of music that is like, I don't know. Um, but there's a lot of real good talent in the pool right now. There's a lot of good talent. There are some things that I'm noticing about CHH music, Christian hip hop music, that is like, I think I'm noticing what is missing from it the most. And what's missing is that we have a lot of young people who are fired up for God, and they're coming out with great content, but their music is, you can tell there's a lack of discipleship, a very, very huge lack of discipleship coming from our younger generation. And, when I was introduced into Christian hip hop music back in 2000, late 2006, I just remember like 2006, 2007, and so forth in the years when a lot of our young brothers and sisters would get together and they would disciple each other. We would have Bible study. We would, go over the word of God, and we would, learn from each other as far as what the Bible has to say about how we are supposed to live our lives. And what I'm noticing now is that that type of passion and dedication and discipleship is pretty much like, it's not dead. It's just there's a lack of it. And I don't know if it's because of the major disconnect, because we have a lot of our OGs uh, who have pretty much been falling off to the wayside. I wouldn't say in a negative way. I think that a lot of you are probably just have been dealing with life. And that's what's missing to me. What's missing is just that discipleship. We used to see a lot of artists who were out there just giving their all to Christ, and sitting, everybody down and teaching them about how they can do the music for the Lord, and also how to be able to use the Word of God to manage their lifestyles. That way they wouldn't get caught up in so many crazy things that we see in life. And that's what I feel like is missing from the music. Now, I know a lot of people who are probably introduced to Christian hip hop music, and it may be your cup of tea or it may not be your cup of tea, because I know it's like CHH it has evolved from, the time we used to call it gospel rap. And even I had to go back to the 1980s when it was introduced in the late 1980s to the public and to the world, and how it has evolved over 30 years of, well, actually longer than that. So 40, 45 plus years of transitioning over, um, and, dealing with the different types of cultural climates and how the way music has evolved in hip hop. But now what I'm noticing is like the music is coming out sounds real good. It sounds produced really well, but there's a lot of lack of discipleship. I could tell how some of these young artists are not into the church. Some of them are not into the word. They're just making great music. And it's not an attack to nobody. It's not to beat anybody up. It's not to do this holier than thou type of thing. But that's what I'm listening. And when I'm hearing music, I really want to promote music that really speaks life, real music that is uplifting, entertaining, and at the same time, it's giving the answer, which is Jesus Christ. So it's a lot of things that I had to fall back on, even in my, I guess you could say a sabbatical, if you want to put it that way. But I really just, try. What's up, Adrian? I really do want to just see this genre of music grow even more than what it really is. So here are some things I want to share with y'all. It's nothing in order. It's just some small little things I want y'all to think about. Not just only in Christian hip hop, but rhythm and praise music, gospel music, and everybody in between that's doing the music for the Lord is some things I've already, kind of talked about over the years. Well, one is for you artists out there to really be Christ centered in your music. It's not an easy task. I know it sounds corny, right? It sounds corny, and I'm not worried about you labeling the music as Christian hip hop or you got to say you're a Christian rapper. Your work speaks for itself. The music that you do speaks for itself. But your music should not be so masked to the point where I'm listening to it as maybe the uncle level status now. I'm like Shannon Sharp uncle level status. So a lot of the music kind of like it takes a while for me to gravitate towards what you're saying, but it shouldn't be so secular sounding. In fact, if that is even something that I could say, like it shouldn't be sounding just like as if like I'm listening to something that's on the secular radio station or on the streaming devices and stuff like that, where it just sounds like you just trying to play copycat to whoever is out right now that you may feel like has the wow factor, the it factor in your music. Your music should really be something that is different. And I want y'all to think about this. I really want you artists to start thinking about that you need to become a new creature. So when you're saved, and you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, now it's time for you to be a new creature. It's time for you to get some new ideas, a new frame of mind, and allow God to use you as a new creature with the music that you're projecting to your audience and make it better than what it really is. You don't have to go regurgitate the secular songs and then try to make it, you know, conform to the world because the world's going to see you for who you are. You don't have to dress the trends like the world does. You don't have to look this part to be this part. DJs that include y'all. Y'all don't have to be dressing up and all these like looking like, you're a grown 40, 50-year-old dude looking like a darn teenager in them skinny jeans like Kurt Franklin does looking like right now, twerking for Jesus. You don't need to do all this stuff. You don't have to look the part. You just have to just be yourself. And that's another thing, artists. Be yourselves. You don't have to go up there and try to be anybody else. The world will see right through that BS that you're trying to project. Believe me, the world is the world. The world knows exactly who's real and who's fake. And if you're trying to fake it to make it, they're going to call you out on it. And this is why some of y'all have a hard time getting the respect that you may want as a CHH artist because the world sees you as a joke. They see you as a clown. They see you as not a clown because of the music you do, but a clown because you're trying to look like them. You don't need to look like the gangsters and the hoods and the thugs and the sagging pants and or having your breast all hanging out or whatever that the hip hop community is projecting right now. You don't have to do all that. Be yourself. If you work in IT, come in IT clothing and rap. Just be yourself. The other thing is discipleship. I want a lot of you young artists to start seeking for discipleship. What is discipleship? That's when you fellowship with other members of the church, not just the church building. I'm talking about the church. We are the church. Believers, you know, picking their brains, asking for, can you have a Bible study? Get there somebody who can teach you the ropes, teach you what the ways of life. Now, if you don't have nobody in your area, then okay, find somebody, a brother, sister that we use in social media and really pick their brains about even some of these OG artists who've been out and did this for a long time And there are some great ones that you can reach out to. I don't have names right now, but you can do your research. You know, if we're finding out all these other stuff out here, you can find your research and learn about who are the OGs, like maybe K drama. Um, there's so many. I can't name names all day, but there are a lot of OGs out there who will probably take the time to reach out to you. Now, a lot of them who are well known probably not going to be speaking to you right away, but just do your research. Just do it, and we'll help you out. Okay. The other thing for in the CHH community that I need y'all to encourage you to do is to learn how to tag and label your music. It is 2025, folks. I don't know why people like myself and those who are in radio and on radio shows, who do radio shows, who have syndicated radio shows, radio stations, internet, and on FM, why are we getting music that is so mislabeled so bad that it's hard? It's a painstaking process. I know for myself, it is painstaking. I spend countless hours correcting the mistakes that is being presented to us. Your music is like a plate of food. All right. It's nice steak, crab legs, whatever you want to call it, right? It's all on your plate. And then this is your plate right here, and you serving it to me. And I mean, and you want to serve this to me as I'm the client, I'm the customer, and also you can throw it at me, and then just it's all in my face and stuff. That's exactly how it seems like sometimes with y'all music. Your music is the music is not labeled correctly. Now, I can't tell you how many times we get track one, we get master. The word master is in everything. I don't know. I'm like, sometimes y'all send me the word master, I'm thinking I'm a slave. So y'all gotta, I mean, you gotta get with your engineers and producers. I think I have an opportunity that's going to help y'all out. I haven't worked it out yet, but I'm going to do something that's going to help DJs, producers, and you artists into learning how to tag your music the right way. I think that's the best thing I can do for y'all. And I'm gonna do a series on showing you how to do it. Because what tagging is, excuse me, is labeling your songs. So if your name, your artist name, then you space, then you do a dash, like the dash, and then you do a space, and then you do the name of the song, the title of the song. And then you put your featured artist right after it. Now, some y'all can do the featured artist along with your song name because I think you want to do it for royalty credit. So there's a lot of ways how you can label your song. Either way, people are going to get royalty credit no matter what. But it's when you give me a song and it just has everything in all caps. I don't know why y'all shouting at people. It's just like you just threw it at us. Like here you go. And then we got to do the dog work of trying to correctly label your music so that when we play it in our audio programs, whether it's a DJ program or if it's a radio station automation software system that we're using, it's called metadata. And if your metadata is jacked up, you're not going to get the royalty credit because your metadata is all jacked up. So it needs to know exactly who you are, what the name of your song is, by the title, and if you have a featured artist, put the featured artist in there because Sound Exchange is going to help you out with that. Okay, that's enough. That's just a little tidbit on the side. Okay, just helping y'all out because it is getting out of hand when we have to do a lot of leg work and footwork as DJs and podcasters and anybody else, well, DJs and radio station people. My email is DJ Jesus Beats. It's my name, the DJ name at gmail.com. Now I do have a business email account, but I have not launched it yet. So I'm working on that. Just give me some time. I gotta get some stuff out the way. But right now you can use the Gmail account. Also learn this phrase. Learn this acronym. ISRC. And somebody just mentioned in there. ISRC. What is ISRC? ISRC is like it's like having a social security number. All right. ISRC is like the social security number or the serial number, pretty much a serial number to your song that you have submitted to the agents to you register your music with. An ISRC code is what is given to each one of your songs. Learn how to put your ISRC codes and stuff into your song information. Why is this important? Because this what leads to you to get the royalty credit that you need to get. You gotta learn the business. So that which leads to my next helpful thing. Learn the business. Artists, it's 2025. All right, this is not 2006, 2004. Some of you were babies back then. You might have been in high school or middle school. But now is the time for you to learn the industry. There is no such thing as the gospel industry or the Christian hip hop industry. The industry is the industry, no matter which genre of music you are falling under. The industry is the industry, which means you're going to have to learn the business side as much as you want to learn the biblical side of the business. Okay, so you got some of y'all got the biblical side down pack a little bit, but you need to learn the business and finance. You need to learn how to have a manager and a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer, somebody who's going to look at your contracts, somebody who knows about business contracts, so that you don't get in these 360 deals where you get this short end of the stick when you go in and get these contracts and these rider contracts and all these other things that you want to do when you want to perform. It's a whole lot of things like that. Okay. Yep. Gregor said your experience won't count if you don't have it. That's correct. Which leads to another thing. You got to get your music registered on all the platforms you need to get registered on. Whether you have ASCAP or BMI, one of those is what you need to register under for free. Then you need to register under Sound Exchange. And there's some other businesses that you might need to register under. But those are the bare minimum ones that you need to have registered with. Because why? Because Sound Exchange is going to cover you for every streaming platform that your song is played on. Now, are you going to get a lot of money in royalties? No, no, no. Don't be thinking that you're going to be making this $18,000 check in one session in 1 year. If you want to go check out K Drama. K Drama finally got his royalty check that somebody stole from him that was, kind of, falsely playing his album and his music well over a decade ago. And he's finally getting a check for that. So that tells you how streaming platforms work. They're not paying you like that. If you're thinking that on FM radio, the FM stations are going, if they play your music that you're getting royalty, no, you are far from beyond that. FM stations are not required to pay royalty, which is why some artists now are taking them to the federal government to see if they can get that royalty checks and get them. But hey, they want to die on that hill, they're going to die on it because that's going to shut down FM radio completely, or the FM stations are not going to be playing a lot of artists' music like that. So that's a whole other story. Which leads me to another thing that y'all need to start doing is supporting one another. You got too many of y'all out here who have great music, great content, but y'all not supporting each other. All right. You got to learn how to support. Because in order for y'all to be a united front, you're going to have to learn how to be a united front. No more individualism. Now, I get it. Just a side note that in the Christian hip hop and gospel industry, or not the industry, but the side of the music, the genres of music, that it's a challenge now. Even in the main industry of music now, it's a challenge because back in the day when I was introduced to this, artists made their money off of CD sales, and you made your money off of the shows and the ticket sales and how many CDs you were actually pressed and how many CDs you sold. But those days are pretty much I wouldn't say over, but the system has changed when they started introducing streaming music platforms like Apple Music and Spotify, which have now made it easy for the consumer to pay, either get the free service or pay a monthly fee of well over maybe $10 to $12 to get access to millions of music in your albums in one setting. While many of you are registering with TuneCore or you're registering with whatever streaming service that allows you to upload your music to their platform, they also are shared out to other small market streaming sites and stuff like that. Like, for example, um, I think it's Last FM. I think it's Last FM, and then you have other ones that's out there. This little small little third party sites that are overseas and stuff, and your music's all over the place. And then so you wonder why you don't get the royalty credit because a lot of times they're not going to be reporting that stuff. So you got to get your stuff registered, but at the same time, it's like the days of how artists used to get their bread was you would recoup your funds, most of your funds through the CD sales. Can you still do it today? Yes, you can still sell CDs. The question is, who is your audience? Because your audience has to be people who are well over in their 30s and 40s who grew up around CD players and still have them in their vehicles and they still have an old vehicle. Most vehicles today don't even have a CD player. Most computers that people buy, the new laptops and the new desktop computers, don't even have a CD player installed in them, which brings another situation to where how are they going to listen to your music? And we know that streaming services like they're making big bank off of you because you gave them the whole album and now they're getting everybody gets to stream it. Everybody gets to listen to your album. And now you as the artist, if you invested so much money into your projects, how are you going to recoup those funds? When you spent blood, sweat, and tears recording in your studio or somebody else's studio, or you just, whoever you paid to get your music mixed and mastered, all that money has, in some ways, has gone down the drain towards you because you spent so much money and you don't have a way to get it. Which is why gospel artists are going on the road. People are going on tours. They're doing small Chitlin circuit tours and whatever they can do to at least get some of the funds back. So you have to look at that. But here's the question: Who is going to recognize you if you're an introvert on social media? Let me know. I'm sorry. You're an extrovert on social media, but an introvert um, in the public's eye. And a lot of us are. I know I'm an introvert in the public. I'm an extrovert on social media. And but I had to learn how to break away from that mode. So I had to learn how to be an extrovert by meeting people. That's another tip. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But there's a lot more I want to share also. And I think I want to end it right here because I believe that there's a lot more information that I would discuss, and I'll probably do this on the phone and get a lot of buffering anyway. But um, this is just some small tips here, small TED Talk tips, and it's just some things that I want y'all to understand as artists that is going to help some of y'all out with your music. And I believe that what we're seeing now is an influx and a change in how the music is being created. And the music does sound good, but I do need the artists to start being, going out there and seeking discipleship, studying a lot more in your word. Um, and don't get, or here's another one, don't get distracted by anything else. I'll give you another bonus tip. There's a lot of distractions that you artists are facing, DJs, artists, and everybody's facing right now. You know what the biggest distraction is? It's the award shows. Not the award show's not bad. I actually love that that people have award shows to recognize the fruits of people's labor. But what I'm saying in this distraction is that you artists, DJs, and podcasters are getting so caught up in trying to win an award. You're going so far as to submit your own name under your own self. You know what an award really is? An award is when somebody else who doesn't, somebody else who recognizes your talent and skill wants to present one to you or wants to nominate you because they feel like you are the right person to be nominated and possibly win that so-called award. But if you are nominating yourself for an award, did you really win it? That's the question. That's the distraction that the enemy has got y'all, some of y'all on. Some of y'all are so vested in all these award shows that you forget that you even have marketed yourself, your music to anybody. So how can you possibly and honestly say that you should earn the title of Artist of the Year if nobody has never heard of you? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with winning an award. I I truly am humbled by when people do win awards. But you, as the artist, the DJ, the podcaster, the radio show host, or whatever, if you are submitting your award on your behalf, you have lost. Now you may win because some award shows are not as well known to everybody as some of the big ones are. But still, if you have to submit your own self to be nominated for a category, then that means that nobody doesn't know who you are and what you do. It doesn't make you inferior. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you that your music's not good. It's just that you have not become the extrovert or the people person of introducing yourself to the countless people on social media and out in the public's eye. Remember, when you go for an award, award's supposed to be recognized because of your skill, your talent, and somebody has to recognize you as being somebody that should be well deserved of it. But if you're putting yourself in the equation that I'm going to get this award, I'm going to submit myself for Artist of the Year, no matter what category it is, and I'm going to win. Well, you might have won the trophy, you might have won that award, but did you win it with integrity? That's the question you have to ask yourself. So remember about integrity. I'm not about trying to just win something just so I can have it on my mantle and say, hey, I won this award, DJ of the Year, and I didn't really do anything. I didn't really reach out to people. I didn't talk to nobody. And why am I submitting my own award? If somebody sees that my work is great, if they want to submit on my behalf, I'm humbled by that. But at least somebody recognizes me. But you will never see me, DJ Gsbeats, submitting himself for any award that could be in a category for DJs or radio show and stuff. Because I don't, for me personally, it doesn't merit the right that I feel that I should have earned if somebody should have recognized me because I did it by myself, and that's not right. So I'd rather nominate somebody else, you know, who has been working hard and give it to them. That's all I'm saying. All right. So that's it. I gotta go. I'm gonna get some rest tonight, but I do have some more. And Lord willing, I will share the rest of them tomorrow night on the radio show. Check out the DJ G's Beat Show tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. on 6 to 10. And I will say this before I go. I'm shopping tomorrow, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. Matter of fact, I might get the best eggs tomorrow for $6. I might get the best milk. I might get the best gas. So y'all want to sit home and play Lost Sheep? Go right ahead. Because DJ G's Beats won't be shopping tomorrow. I'm going on Amazon. I'm buying me some stuff. Listen, I don't care about all that stuff right there. That's for the birds and for the world. I ain't into the world. I'm Christ centered today. So I'm doing things for Jesus Christ. And I'm going shopping because me and my boys, we got to eat. So I'm going to get me some egg, some bacon, and some, turkey bacon, some turkey sausage, and some stuff like that. If I have a great day in Publix or whatever I'm shopping at tomorrow, we're going to have a great day tomorrow to shop. I'm eating tomorrow. I don't care about y'all. You want to starve? Go ahead and starve. But Jesus Beats going to Chick-fil-A. I'm going to eat the Lord's chicken and I'm putting some season on mine. But stop messing with y'all. But all jokes aside, y'all have fun.